happy with the result of all the athletes. I think everybody in the room improved significantly, and some beyond my expectations. And speaking with your kids and the athletes, the plan is to come back next year and pick up exactly where we left off this year. To come back next year with the same set standards that we finished this year off with the same rules and expectations for the room, which, the reality is a lot of them were developed along the way. So if we can do that, this program and the athletes that are here and that will be here for the next 2 years, the next 3 years, will be extremely successful. Seven athletes qualified for state this year. We ended up taking 7 to the state championships, and with no seniors, that's pretty good. With no seniors, that's pretty good. On the flip side of that, and I always try to look at things very objectively. I think some people would perceive me as being negative, but I just try to look at them very realistic. And with all the improvement that we made this year, and with as many, you have your entire roster of varsity is 14. So we took 50% of our roster. I don't think we ever, through the entire season, we never suited out the entire roster. So we don't really have the enrollment right now, but recruiting is going to be another aspect of this next year. But so, like I was saying, the positive part is we took seven young men to state, and they all, if nothing more, got that experience, which is a positive thing for them to come back in the next season having had that state wrestling experience. And then here's the one that puts up with me. Yeah. Hey, Bubba. So, yeah. They get me uninhibited, so you get me edited. Yep, that's the what do they say? Every man behind it, and every great man is a great woman. And if that came off wrong, because that makes it sound like I'm a great man, but that's the great woman. Anyway, that's what happens when you don't write anything. You just come up and speak, and that's me. That's what you guys get when you get me as a coach. I'm very passionate about wrestling. I take the sport very seriously because I want the athletes that go out for the sport to be successful, not just in the room. And I said this to the parents who came to the parents' meeting at the beginning of the season. My whole take on this sport is that I really believe it can prepare a young man or a young woman to be successful in any other area of life. And I believe that with my whole heart. And if you can come in the wrestling room and be successful, and you can come in the wrestling room and excel, and put up with what your coaches expect from you, and put up with what you go through physically and emotionally, then you can be successful in any area of life. And that's really the way I coach, the way I try to coach. And I miss the mark sometimes, but that's the way I try to coach. And it's not always about winning, and it's not always about taking first. And that's why I can say that I'm really pleased with the outcome of the season. We didn't have anybody take first in state, unfortunately. Come close, but and we didn't take a full roster like some of the teams did. We didn't take first in any meet as a team that we ever competed in. And we lost a lot of dual meets that, there were a lot of times throughout the season that every one of our wrestlers won their match, but we didn't even win that dual meet because we didn't have a full roster. But all those things are things that you can take and learn life experiences and apply them to other parts of your life. So, with that said, awards banquets are not high on my list of fun things to do. because, I think here's, my philosophy again. I think if you do something that warrants recognition, people recognize it. You don't need a special moment to be recognized. If you do something that warrants recognition, everybody will know about it. So we have some people on this team that did that. But the expectation is that at the end of every season, we have one of these and we give everybody something that says they were part of it, and we'll try to do our best. But as far as what I'm doing tonight, I'm going to recognize those that have done things that warrant recognition throughout this season. I want to go ahead and start with 3 athletes that, I'll start with the first one. The first one is Mr. Hector Camacho. I wanted to give special Hector came mid-season, and I'm going to keep all this real brief. Hector came mid-season, and Hector came in to our program when our program had been flipped over on his head, but he came in with the attitude that I expect from anybody that comes into our program. I can't tell you, and I told you when we were out at Chaparral, I can't tell you how much I appreciate a young man with an attitude like this. And I've told him, and so I'm not going to say anything that's going to demean him and hopefully not embarrass him, but the kid's got no skill, but he's got some of the best heart and the biggest heart of anybody that I could ever ask for. And as soon as we can teach this guy how to wrestle, he's going to go out. I wrestled him up. He was about 176 and I wrestled him against a kid who weighs probably about 270 pounds. Almost beat him too. He did. Almost beat him because he goes out there like a spider monkey and he attacks him. And that's what I want from the athletes in my room. All right, you may not have all the skill in the world, and you may not have all the experience in the world, but if you go out there and you attack your opponent, that's what I want this program to be about. And I can't tell you how many times I've said that, how many times I've screamed that, and I think every athlete that finished this season knows that that's probably on the top of my list of expectations, that you go out and attack and punish your opponent. And as soon as he learns how to do that, he's going to do it. Okay? Also one of the most respectful young men that I've ever come across. Everything, sir, this guy that doesn't leave the room without shaking my hand and thanking me for practice. And I don't expect everybody to be like that, but it's just one of those things that it catches you so off guard because it's not the norm that you really appreciate it. So thank you, Hector. And Hector got to earn some of his losses this year at the varsity level, right? Because he earned it and he deserved it. You come in and, there you go, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and have a seat. Thanks. I'm going to go off just because that's how I talk. When you come in to the wrestling room and you show me that you've got heart, and you show me that you've got desire, and you show me that you've got aggression, and you show me that you don't have to show me that you're the best wrestler in the world. You just have to show me that you want it. And everything about you demonstrates how much you want it. And I'm going to find a spot for you, and that's what we do with Hector. We wrestle on varsity because he deserved it. All right, the next young man is Marcus Reed. And the theme of everything, probably for the most part, is we're developing a program. I'm the second coach in 2 years, and it's my goal and my desire. You're all right, buddy. Come on up. It's my goal and my desire to build a foundation of what this program will be for years to come. Whether I'm here or whether I'm not here, that the athletes that come through here will understand what a wrestling program should be about. And